Welcome to Guess What Watches. My name is Tim, and in this episode I want to sell my Omega Speedy and I want to complain about Chrono24. Why do I want to complain about Chrono24? Because they're impudent. They're just impudent. Check out the video of Federico Talks Watches. Link in the description. There he's complaining as well about Chrono24, and I totally agree with him. They're impudent. The price for selling watches there was a long time 2.75%. Okay, good price, good service. Now the price is 6.5%, so they've doubled up the price basically. That's it, just like that. And I think this is really impudent. I mean, every company has the right to raise prices, let's say 10%, 20%, and if they have something really new, then 30%. Okay, I get it, but 100%. More than 100%, this is really impudent. And then I've decided, I had two watches on Chrono24. And I've decided, no, my friends, I'm not willing to accept that. I sell these watches in a forum, in a watch forum, and I did. Worked out fine. And everybody was happy with the deal. And then I wanted to delete my listings on Chrono24. And it was impossible. They said to me, you have to prove that you've sold the watches outside of our platform. What? What do you want? And then I wrote, I've sold these watches outside of your platform. And that's it. And they said, no, we need the names of the buyers. And then I thought, are you crazy? I mean, I understand very well that they want to protect their business model, but it's not their business to whom I sell watches, okay? And plus, I'm convinced that certain people are not interested that I spread their names all over the watch world, or to Chrono24. It's a company, it's not a club or something like that. So I feel that it's not their business. It's not their business knowing those names. And then I basically said, no, you have my sign, my signature, you have my declaration that I've sold the watch outside of your platform. That's enough. And then they waited weeks, and there was still my listing on Chrono24, and they've waited, and after I think 6 weeks they deleted the listings. I mean, I've never saw this on eBay. I've never saw this on eBay that they want you to prove that you've sold the watch outside of eBay. I mean, what crazy action is this? And so I'm a little bit annoyed about Chrono24, and I think I will sell, when I sell watches, I don't sell watches on a daily basis like Federico Talks Watches. I'm not a dealer, I'm a collector. But from time to time you need some rotation, and then I need to sell watches, all right? And I think I will use forums from now on. Forums and my channel, of course. I sold the Tag Heuer Monaco here on the channel and worked fine. Everybody was happy with that deal, and so, yeah. And so I should stop rambling here. This is the watch I want to sell. It's a well-known model, Speedy Automatic, and I will not make a full review here, but I will show you high resolution images, and then I will give you my basic thoughts about some elements of the watch, okay? By the way, I'm the last person, I think the last person in the watch world who was without this product. Came from England. UK Mail lost it at the first attempt, of course, and this company sent it again, wrap it to you. Thanks a lot. They've charged me only one time, and now I'm with, yeah, it is. I'm with Cape Cod to polish watches. I will not make a review of Cape Cod because it's a well-known product. Okay, here we are in front of our Omega Speedmaster automatic Panda dial, or we should be precise, reverse Panda dial, because I think Panda has black eyes and a white face. The watch is from 1991, so is this a vintage watch? I'm not so sure. It's on the edge to be a vintage watch, I would say. And basic specifications are very simple. 39mm is the case size, and the lug width is 18, which is rather narrow, but very typical for this model, and makes the appearance a little bit bigger than it is, although I think 39 is a perfect size for most people. And please notice the dial. There's a slight difference between the hands and the indices, and this you can see very often with these pieces, and it means that it was serviced at least one time in the past, and they've changed the hands but not the dial, because you don't want, generally owners don't want a replacement dial if the dial is in good order, because it looks then, yeah, lacks character. But hands are different. There is loom between those slits, and sometimes you have to replace the hands, and this happened here, as you can see. The watch comes without box and paper, so I can't prove that there was a service, but I assume it, and the data says it. I will talk about this a little bit later in 1 minute. Okay, let's carry on. By the way, one little addition. A watchmaker told me a funny story how to restore the scale on the bezel, because often you can see Speedies with a totally wiped out scale, only blank metal there. And he told me there is a company called Revell, and they sell equipment for modeling. You know, those little cars and airplanes, and you can assemble at home, you can paint them, and you can buy varnish in tiny cans, super pricey. And it turned out that this varnish is a super high-end product, and it can be used for restoring the tachymeter scale on Speedies. And he did this very often with very, very good results. It lasts years and decades. Okay, next picture. You can see the crown. If you ever owned a moon watch, the bigger one, the hand winding model, then you know that this crown looks okay, but it's very hard to wind a mechanical watch with this type of crown. But this here, of course, is not a problem because this is an automatic watch. All right, let's go on to the next angle. You can see again the scale is intact, and you can see there are tiny marks of usage. Please look at them closely, because I don't want bad surprises here. So I will tell you everything about this watch. Here, and please note on the upper left lug, there you can see tiny signs of usage. Okay, here we are with the case back. You can see the famous horse there, the serial number and everything, and the movement. Let's talk a little bit about the movement. It's a modified 7750, the well-known Valjoux 7750. This watch runs constantly with -8 seconds. But if you're interested in buying that watch, I could regulate, or can bring it to the watchmaker, and he would regulate the piece for +8 seconds if you want that. Most people want +8 seconds instead of -8 seconds. But for me, it's I don't know, same thing. And often people ask me if a watch needs a service. And my answer is always the same: measure that. We cannot judge only counting years or judge by heart. You have to measure that, or your watchmaker has to measure that. Okay, this is very simple. He can measure the accuracy of the movement in various positions. Okay, crown up, crown down, crystal up, and so forth. And if there are huge differences, or if there are differences in accuracy between those positions, then a watch needs a service. Same thing with the amplitude. You want a constant amplitude. It doesn't help you if your watch has a super high amplitude crystal up and a low amplitude with crystal down. Okay, this is a problem then. And this watch has an amplitude of roughly 270 in every position, and this is the key. So it runs constantly with a certain accuracy, and this is important. In addition, here every watchmaker can service that watch. Very important. You don't have to send it to Amiga. Every independent watchmaker can service a 7750. In Europe, it will cost you about 350 euros. Okay, bracelet. This bracelet is in better condition than the watch, and I assume it's newer than the watch, because look at this. Only very tiny signs of usage, and here you can see there's only a tiny amount of stretch, and for 1991 this is too good to be true in my opinion. So I think this is a newer bracelet. Look at the clasp, everything's there. Please note that the bracelet is in the last hole of the clasp, okay, because my wrist is rather small, 17 centimeters. But you can enlarge this bracelet easily to, let's say, 18.7 or 18.8 millimeters. And if you need an extra link, there are sources available on eBay. I'm not connected to them. I've bought one time a bracelet link, and it cost, if I recall correctly, about 35 euros. And the reason I'm selling this is it's a great watch, but it doesn't fit anymore to my wardrobe. I realized that. I'm really in the mood to use this right now. I don't have scratched watches, but it's kind of handy here. Makes nice noises, and I like this product, I guess. Okay, this was a short overview of the model I'm selling here on my channel. If you are interested, then please send me an email, only Europe. I'm very sorry if you're from the United States, Australia, or etc. The reason are customs. I've made an entire video about that problem, link over there. And so I'm only able to sell watches inside of the European Union, okay? I hope you accept this. And the price for this watch is 1,400 euros plus shipping in Europe, okay? 1,400 euros. You can find this watch for over 2,000 on Chrono24, which in my opinion is impudent as well. And so I think 1,400 is a very good market price for this model, okay? So I'm happy to hear from you. And now let me thank you for your attention, and maybe until next time.
Have you seen the well-to-do up and down Park Avenue on that famous thoroughfare with their noses in the air? I found a new baby, I found a new girl, my fashion plate lady got me in a whirl, new kind of loving, done made me a slave, a sweet turtle jabbing is all that I crave. Denn nur bei dir war ich immer zu Haus. Doch der Traum, den ich hier geträumt,